So today we're going to continue drawing our grid drawing onto our large paper. As you can see on my white paper, I have my numbers for my boxes. So I labeled them on the border so that I could erase them nice and easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 across, and then I have 8 going down. I continued with this one as 1 on both vertical and horizontal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll do it in Sharpie so you guys could see. This is going to help me find my squares easily. So the first thing I'm going to draw, I think I mentioned it to everyone, but I'm going to say it again. You want to draw very loosely when you're starting out. You never want to draw something very detailed. So let's say I decided I wanted to draw this eye first, and I started drawing it, and I know that it's in the first and second, it's between the first and second, let's just call these columns, and then the fourth row. So I know that my eye starts somewhere over here. I'm just drawing like a gestural, loose drawing of where my eye starts and ends. Because if I get too detailed and I mess up and I have to move it, I'm going to be too dedicated to my eye because I've spent so much time on it. So I don't want that to happen. So the first part of your drawing is going to be very loose and gestural. You can decide, do you want to start with the outside of the hair? Do you want to start with the eyes and then work your way through the features? Doesn't matter to me where you start. What matters to me is that you're paying attention to every square individually. So, for example, I could see here, I'm going to break down the eye. So if I look at square 4 in column 1, this part of the eye goes from about center of my line to a little bit more than center of the bottom line. So here's that same square, square 4, row 4, column 1. I'm going to draw that line. So it goes from about center, and it goes a little bit longer than the center of this part of the square. So if you need to, if it helps you to break the squares up into halves, you could either just use your ruler and just kind of let it be a guideline so that you can see where the half mark is, or you could actually take a soft pencil and draw and divide your image into more squares. So if I wanted to keep working on that same square, I would then try to draw in very loosely parts of the eyebrow where I see the eyebrow. So I notice that the eyebrow goes from like midway of 4. She kind of lost a little bit of her hair. It's like very gray towards the end, but it's still there. So I'm paying attention to where I see hair, the direction of the hair. And again, I'm doing it very quick and gesturally. I'm not getting too committed to my drawing. And then the hair goes actually in to row 4, column 2. So I could start drawing it where I see it. Then this inside part of her eye, where the bridge of the nose meets her eye, it goes about midway down this line. So I'm just paying attention to where things are falling. So if I see this line is about midway, I'm going to make sure it's about midway on that same square. Then I'm going to connect that line. When I'm shading, I'm going to know that this is not all going to be equal. So once I start adding in my detail, this will start to give it more of a shape. But like I said, we're just adding placement for right now. We're not going to worry about all of the detail. But you might want to draw in the wrinkles. My picture has probably more wrinkles than some of your celebrities do, but you want to pay attention to those things as well. So I'm just loosely drawing, trying to figure out where everything falls. And I'm going to keep doing that as I go across. So I'm going to go to square 3, which is over here. It's towards the end. That's where my second eye starts. So I can start to draw in my second eye. And I'm paying attention to all the details, where they fall, where the bridge of the nose is, where the eyebrow starts. All of these things are going to matter. So I don't want to get too far into each feature because we're going to do them one by one. I just wanted you guys to see how I'm using the grid, and I'm finding my squares. So like, let's say I want to do the bottom of the nose. I know it's in row 6 and then it's in column 2. So I would find that on my paper, just like you're playing the game Battleship. So I would go to 2 and 6, and okay, now I know my nose is over here. It goes something like this. The nostrils here, the other nostrils here. I'm being very loose and gestural. That way if I make a mistake in placement, I'm not too upset if I have to erase it. I'm going to have you guys get started for a few minutes. The bell's going to ring, but good luck, and hopefully that this helped.